Good morning students. Today we are going to learn about the endotracheal tube. As you can see, this is the endotracheal tube. You might have seen in the ICU in the emergency procedures also. Okay, so what is endotracheal tube? So it is a flexible tube made up of the plastic which we insert into the trachea to maintain the patent airway. The other use of the endotracheal tube is during whenever we have to provide the anesthetic drug. So during that time also we are using this endotracheal tube. Now, who has invented the endotracheal tube? So it is invented by the Charles Kite in the 1788. Now the main purpose is just to maintain the effective ventilation whenever the patient is unable to breathe properly. So now we will see the parts of the endotracheal tube. So first you can see this part is known as the connector or the adapter. The size is standard, that is the 15 millimeter. It is attached to the ambubag or the ventilator. After that you can see this whole long tube. This tube, it is made up of the PVC, that is the polyvinyl chloride. It is a type of the plastic and we are using nowadays this plastic because it is disposable. So there is a less chance of the infection. Second thing, you can see it is visible also. So it helps us to see whether there is a secretion, blood, it is there or not. And third thing, which is very important for us, that here we can see the marking also. So that's why we are using this type of the polyvinyl chloride plastic. Now you can see there is a blue line which is running longitudinally throughout the tube. So this blue line, it is known as the radio-opaque line. So it is inserted inside the trachea. So to check the placement of this ET tube, we can see in the X-ray also. After that you can see that this blue part, it is known as the pilot balloon, and this part, it is known as one-way valve or also known as the spring-loaded valve. And then there is a line, you can see that is of blue color, same, it is known as the inflation line. Some people also say it is like a pilot line. After that you can see there is a cuff. Now this cuff, whenever you inflate it, it helps to place the ET tube in its place itself. Now you can see there is a slant. Now this slant part, that is known as the bevel. Mostly whenever we insert it, it is always on the left side of the patient so that we can easily visualize the trachea. After that you can see there is an extra hole which is known as the Murphy's eyes. It may be possible that inside the trachea it may be dislodged by the secretions. So during that time it is important to maintain the patency of the airway. So for that the Murphy's eyes is present. Now you can see there are the calibrations are there. So these calibrations helps to identify that how much length is inserted of the ET tube, and moreover it is also important to note the length of the ET tube inserted so that we can understand whether it is on the place or it is come outward or not. Second thing, you can see here that this is 7.5 IDA is written. So that is the internal diameter of the endotracheal tube, and here it is written 10.0 OD, which is the outer diameter. So whenever the physician or doctor asks you for the ET tube of 7.0, it means he is asking about the internal diameter. It comes of the various size from 2.0 to 10.5. Usually in the females we are using 7.0 to 7.5 millimeter of endotracheal tube, and whenever we are using for the male, the size is up to the 8 to 9.5, or it may goes to the 10 also. Now you must know that how to inflate this cuff. Now there are two type of cuffs will come. One is the low volume and the high pressure, and second is the high volume and the low pressure. Now this is the high volume and the low pressure. How you will identify the type of the cuff? So you can see there are some of the marks, okay, just like one by one. So this mark will tell you that it is, you can say it is a type of rugae, it is there. So it will tell you that this is a type of the high volume and the low pressure cuff. Normally we are using this type of the pressure because if we are using another type of the cuff, then what will happen, there will be a more pressure on the trachea and it may lead to the damage to the trachea. Now you must know how to inflate this cuff. So first you have to always inflate this cuff using the air. So I have taken the 10 ml of syringe. You have to take the air of 10 ml or the 5 ml, then you have to attach this here, and after attaching press it little bit, and then you can see here, okay. So this is how you have to inflate it. Now you can check the pressure Usually in the hospitals we are using the manometer, which will check the pressure. It must be maintained between the 20 to 25 centimeter of H2O, or otherwise the another thing is that you can just see the placement of the ET tube, so it will help you to know whether the cuff pressure is equal or not. So it is very important to maintain the adequate pressure of the cuff. If it is low, then definitely the ET tube is will going into the vein, so it will be useless. And if it high pressure, then the cuff may be burst out also, and it may lead to the tracheal damage also. Thank you.